If you've followed some of what we've done over the years, then you'll know we love nothing more than heading off on a big adventure somewhere, especially when it involves the big boat going down to the top of Spain. About a year ago we did just that, heading off for a couple of weeks on the massive River Ebro in Spain. This time it was going to be a little bit different. Same journey, but a different destination this time. We were heading off to Portugal. It's a long crossing, 2 nights on the ferry, but gives you time to really have a proper chill out. And waking up in the morning to views like that out the window just makes it extra special. It was during the previous winter when we were doing the various shows with Nash, and up in Manchester at the Northern Angling Show we bumped into 2 lovely people, Philippa and João, and it turns out they own their own lake in Portugal and kindly invited us over there for a trip at some stage, and so of course we agreed and plans were set in motion. It was actually more than 25 years previously since I'd had my one and only trip to Portugal, and that was in the company of my good old friend Pete Jones, who's sadly no longer with us. But it was a proper pioneering trip, and not an easy one, but one we really enjoyed. It certainly wasn't easy finding waters to fish, and we had no idea what those waters held either, but we did manage to catch quite a few. Nothing big as you can see here, but they were proper wild carp that had never seen an angler before. Yeah, and we really loved our time there. It actually formed part of one of the very first articles I ever wrote for the old Carp Talk mag all those years ago. Due to the ferry crossing times, we actually had a few days spare before meeting up with Philippa and João, so we thought it'd be nice to go back to some of those big reservoirs that I'd fished in the past and revisit them, maybe have a little go on them, yeah, and catch some of those wild carp again. Thought it would be easier with the modern technology that we've got available now, such as Google Maps, and yeah, finding the lakes were easy, and zooming in we were finding tracks that led down to the water's edge that we thought would be ideal to actually drive down and yeah, set up on the water's edge. What we didn't realise was that a lot of these big reservoirs, the land around them is privately owned, and everywhere we went access was almost impossible. Well, this is the first stop, and this was a lake I was at 26 years ago. Didn't fish it then, and probably not going to fish it now. Looks beautiful, but don't even know if there's any carp in here actually. Seen a couple of little shows down the bottom, but probably bass. It's been a journey and a half to get here. God blimey. Never seen so many dirt tracks. Trouble is, round here most of it's inaccessible. We've got a little bit of access here, but not really where we want to be, so I think we're going to look elsewhere. But looks lovely, but I don't think it's for us. Jones found someone to talk to already. Don't take long, one bloke's turned up and that's it, she's on him. We've been given some info about another reservoir not too far away, so we travelled up to that one. But yeah, as you can see, there was hardly any water in there at all, and what was in there looked brown and horrible and dirty. It just didn't look very nice. By all accounts there was some nice fish in there, but yeah, it didn't look like somewhere we wanted to fish, to be honest. But all the time I had it up my sleeve that I could go back to that one that I fished with Pete Jones all those years earlier, knowing that there were fish in there. But time changes and things certainly don't stay the same. I knew that this was the same place that I'd fished all those years ago, but it was hardly recognisable. There was hardly any water in the place. They'd obviously had no rain for ages in Portugal, and it was so low, and yeah, places that I'd fished before were totally out of the water, and it didn't really look like the same place at all. But that wasn't the big problem. The big problem were these big blue signs that were now all around the lake, and you didn't need to understand Portuguese to understand what the signs said. You basically weren't allowed to do hardly anything. No water sports, no swimming, but most of all, no fishing. It was prohibited on the lake, and that was really disappointing. So the first few days of the trip didn't go to plan, but I wanted to include that just to show what it can be like heading off into the unknown and doing a bit of pioneering. Doesn't always work out, but it didn't matter too much because now we were heading a couple of hours up the road to Carp to see Philippa and João, and we knew that was going to be completely different. We're here anyway, and this is just about to begin our Portuguese quest for a carp or two, and who knows, maybe a 50-pounder, because they are in here. This is lovely, and yeah, thanks to Joe and Philippa for giving us this chance, because it is absolutely beautiful here. And yeah, I mean, look at this. I guess well, it's not a cabin, they call it a pod, but it's fantastic, it really is. So we don't need a bivvy, thankfully, because the weather's not brilliant, but that's where we'll be in there. Yeah, and the rods will be out there, and looking forward to this. We've seen some fish jumping already. They've been jumping and fizzing out there. They like this weather. Yeah, this is just the start, so we've got a few nice days ahead of us. Hopefully catch a fish or two. Yeah, it appears to be very much an English style approach here, so I'm gonna do just what I've been doing recently back at home. Short hook lengths, just a single little 15mm bottom bait on a small claw, and yeah, a little inline, just a little bag with a few little bits, a couple of crumbled baits, a few little pellets, and that's it. Yeah, done one with bait boat. I'm going to cast this one though. There's loads of fizzing going on out there. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be fairly straightforward, simple fishing. I don't mean easy fishing, but like simple tactics. So similar to what I was doing back in England just before I left home, so it's more or less same rig, same tactics. If I feel like I need to put more bait out, I certainly can, but yeah, but look, there's signs of activity all over the place. So, come on in. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Well, it didn't take long. Don't think it's very big. Powerful enough though. But it is the first one. There we go. We have the first one. It's always so nice to get the first one. And yeah, we're off the mark, so that is great. Very, very happy with that one. So yeah, we're getting back and get the rod back out. Mwah. Beautiful. There she comes. Well, it's still early morning, and yeah, just was in a deep sleep and just got woken up by this beauty, which is it's actually a Portuguese PB, a £22. So yeah, they're getting bigger. And oh, what a scrap! I mean, I raced out to grab the rod, so I didn't grab the camera in time. But yeah, good scrap. A lovely morning, as you can probably see behind me. Lovely misty morning, fish jumping everywhere. And yeah, it's a great morning to be a carp angler. There we go. Good morning. Well, it's quite a dull, damp day today, but yeah, it looks carpy out there. And yeah, we started the day off with a fish, so that's brilliant. It looks great for fishing, so and it's not too cold. It's a little bit chilly, but you know, it's that time of year. But yeah, the lake itself looks lovely, and the fish are really active, and you know, I've seen a couple of really good ones this morning. So yeah, it'd be nice to get hold of one of those. But yeah, you know, really we've just started, so it's early days, but absolutely lovely here. It's really, really nice. Proper chilled out fishing. Yeah, and just lovely. Just a lovely place to be. Nice part of the world to be. And look at it. Lake full of carp, lovely and peaceful. A lot warmer than England. What more could you want? So yeah, it's nice, really nice. It might have been hot and dry for a long time in Portugal, but that was all about to change. We was looking at the weather forecast constantly, and it was showing big storms about to arrive, hitting us pretty soon. In between the rains, João and Philippa decided to fish themselves, and they went into swim 4, which was right over the other side of the lake. And they hadn't been fishing that long really when the call came to go round, because there was a decent fish in the net. Oh, he's nice.
Beautiful fish, my record, my personal best, 15 mil boilie doing the job. Happy days. Big one.
Isso! Não dessa careca.
Isso.
Já ferviu.
that cracking common was actually followed soon after by another one of around sort of mid-30s. And although I only had the 2 fish over there, it started to make me realise that I might need to change my tactics. So instead of just concentrating on fizzers and putting bags out to showing fish, it was time to put a bit more bait out and build up an area. Yeah, the carp ain't the only thing that likes a bit of fishing bait around here. I've actually had a change of tactics, which seems to be working pretty good. Yeah, well, I had a day where it just went totally dead. I'd been getting the odd ones, 1, maybe 2 a day. Then it went very quiet, and so I've changed over to an inline. Got a 3-ounce Trident lead on there, and a size 8 claw with a 20mm fish meal test bait on the end. Right, and yeah, on top of that I'm just putting a bit of hemp, not too much, just a sprinkling of hemp. No, it's not for you. They don't like water, which is just as well, because it's harmless, but it gets rid of them. Right, where was I? Just a handful of boilies, not many, 8 or 10, that's enough. A little bit of scopex squid flake, a few pellets. And a little bit of maize. Bit of a mixture. Well, you know, I'm fishing these ones over to that far margin. I don't know if you can see the white post sticking up over there where the boat's heading, but I'm literally just in those margins. Drops off quite quick. There's a little shallow ledge. I've had a couple of bites on that as well, but this is more just about a rod length off, and it drops off quick into the deeper stuff. You know, I could cast over there, but you know, getting the bait out there would be an absolute nightmare. There is a rowing boat there. I can use a rowing boat, but yeah, I want to keep disturbance down to a minimum. Casting, spomming disturbs them, a rowing boat over the top disturbs them, and in this situation the bait boat causes the least disturbance of the lot and gives a great presentation, so that's why I'm using it. Yeah, I mean, one take on to make it. Okay, fish. No, this was with the 20mm boilie and with a few around it, okay, from the bait boat. Amazing that they still have strength after all that fight.
Yes.
Such a strong fight, but one of the targets was to catch a Portuguese mirror, because I never had one before. And yeah, quite a few commons now, and a grass carp. And there we go. Very pleased with that one. Very pleased to get my first mirror from this country. There we go. It's actually the third one on that rod today, on that spot. So I've got something going on that one, definitely. And yeah, change your tactics has certainly worked. There we go, he's a nice one, isn't he? Yeah, they are gradually getting bigger. And well, we've got a way to go yet to reach the dream target, but you know, well, all the time we're getting bites, We're getting closer, so you know, who knows, anything could happen yet. Wow, well, it's actually calmed down a little bit at the moment, but it's a really stormy morning this morning. And yeah, I mean, fish wise it looks fantastic. We've had I had a grass carp a little while ago. There's only 2 in here, and I don't particularly like grass carp that much, but I've got one of those which is about 13 kilos, so it's an upper 20, and I've had a smaller common as well this morning, both on the same rod, both on the right hand rod, which I've got really going well. There are quite a few takes on that now in the last, well, 12 hours really. Problem is we've actually got to move today because we've still got 4 nights left, but our time should have sort of been up on Friday. It's Thursday today, and you know, because our ferry's sort of not until Tuesday, they've let us actually stay on, but you know, the only problem with staying on, we've got to move swims. Luckily enough, we can move around to swim 5, which has also got one of these cabins on. So it's going to be a shame moving swims because I've just got that spot going, and obviously I'm going to lose that spot. It's right on the boundary of swims 3 and 4, and they're both the swims that are going to be occupied by the people coming down, and we're going in swim 5. Hopefully down in swim 5, if I use the same tactics, I can draw some fish in down there into that area. Oh, well, that was one hell of a storm, that was. The lake's actually come up about 6 inches in the last few hours. Yeah, this has been our lovely home for the past few days, but we've just got to pile everything into the van, and our next destination is over there just behind those trees. Swim 5. This is swim 2, and we're heading out to swim 5 for the last few days. So I don't think it's been fished much for a while, so who knows, might be a big mama lurking in the corner there. We will find out anyway, so let's get going anyway. Well, this is our new swim for the next few days. Water's actually gushing in. That's the inlet over in that corner. It's gushing in there. That could actually be a very good spot. Loads of fresh water coming in. For the time being, until the next guys arrive, whenever, I can still get a rod to where I've been catching from, further down the bank there. But yeah, it's a nice easy little swim. And we've got our little cabin again, gazebo they've left up for us, which is very nice of them. And there we go. Time to get all the gear out. It was a long drive round here, all of 2 minutes I reckon, but there we go. This is our new home for the next few nights. God, talk about strong. Phew. Bloody hell. God. That's made me arms ache. Wow. What a fight. That's nice. That is nice. Well, we haven't been here long. We only moved probably, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. And what a lovely carp. Whoop. £39 of beautiful Portuguese mirror. What a lovely fish. Don't get the digger all the time.
Oh no.
Come on, big girl.
No, she doesn't like it. Okay.
Let's try some pictures.
Yeah. It's all a little bit cluttered up in here with our stuff, but this is inside the pods. This is a smaller one than what's in swim 2. This is swim 5's one. But yeah, plenty of room for the beds. There's a fridge there. And you swing around the other way. Microwave there. And power points underneath. Power points there. And a heater. Kettle there. It's great. It really is great. Very comfortable, lovely and warm and quiet in here. When you close the doors, I mean, you leave the doors open if you want, but with the doors closed, it's lovely and quiet. And out there is the rods. A lovely bit of comfort. It really is. It's been really nice sleeping in these. And yeah, with all that horrible stormy weather outside, we've been very grateful to be warm and comfortable and dry in here. Yeah, it's been lovely. Funny, I just spoke to the Zhao and said I've got a common, I reckon about £25, and yeah, it's exactly £25. Just weighed it. There we go. God, gave me a good fight, really did. And yeah, there's some good fish out there for sure. I can hear a few fish boshing about. Lovely and calm now after the storms earlier. And well, it's big fish time on here for sure. It definitely is. So going to get this back and get the rod back out because there's some lumps out there. Yeah, that hopefully I can have a chance at. Nighttime bites have been very few and far between. This is only the third one, so yeah, happy days, happy nights. Right, let's get her back. Oh dear. It would start raining now, wouldn't it? But
of course.
there we are. Well, I've had the first Portuguese mirror. I've had the Portuguese PB. Now I've got me first Portuguese leather. And yeah, it was a bit hairy. Got caught round a tree. Had to go to the boat pretty quick, but there we go. Lovely Portuguese leather. Happy days. It's chucking it down. I'm going to put her back. So, mwah. The weather just wasn't showing any signs of relenting, and even though it was good for fishing, it was nice to get a break from it every now and then, and heading round to the clubhouse every evening for dinner was a chance just to get away from that rain and warm up a little bit in the dry, and have some of Philippa's home cooking, which I've got to say was absolutely superb. Her meals were fantastic. Joan with beer.
Joan, cheers.
Cheers.
Everyone with beer.
Everyone with beer.
Beer time.
I have one too.
Hello,
Well, we've got yet another saw rolling in. But once again, it's got me going. Lovely common, just over £30. And yeah, I'm not going to hang about because it's tipping it down. And got a brolly over the camera. But as soon as the wind gets up, we might blow away. So, quite enough to do. But yeah, lovely fish, eh? And yeah, it's about 2:30 in the morning. And the storm's just beginning, so it's going to get a lot worse. So, let's get back and run for cover. Well, another storm just rolled in and it's chucking it down again, but the fish absolutely love it. This one's really lively, really strong fight, this one as well, as usual. Had that lovely common earlier, £30, and yeah, this beauty now, £32. Let me pick him up. How about that? That is lovely. What a lovely carp. A nice way to get the day started again. Oh, beautiful. There is some lovely fish here, there really is. And yeah, we've been lucky enough to see a few of them. Not long left now, but well, we're still getting them, so still a chance of a monster. But these are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Happy days. Of course, as always, time has to run out, and the last morning was upon us. We'd had some lovely fish, we really had, and yeah, I was quite happy to go away thinking that £39 was the biggest. You know, it was far bigger than what we'd ever caught before in Portugal, and we caught some cracking fish, we really had. So slowly I was starting to pack up, loading things into the van. I'd actually switched my sounder box off. I'd caught a couple of fish that morning already, but the rod that I caught those on, I'd left it in. You know, time was over, that's the way I was looking at it. And yeah, it was just a matter of putting the stuff in the van. Little did I know what was about to happen. God, we're just packing up. Just switched the sounder box off because I thought, well, I'm not going to get another run. And I saw the light. Yeah, it's grating around something. Oh, that might be it coming free. God, we've had so much rain. I mean, look at them boards. Even yesterday, the water was down the other side of them boards. Unbelievable how much it's rained. Yeah, I really thought bite time had come and gone. Unfortunately, right at that moment, the battery on the GoPro died, so I couldn't get the rest of the fight. But I remember turning around and saying to Joan that this actually feels like a really good fish. It was certainly a really strong one, but yeah, what happened next was the stuff of dreams. Unbelievable, isn't it? Literally just starting to pack up. I'd switched my sounder box off because I thought it was all over, and I just saw the light flashing on my LED, and the GoPro packed up, so I didn't get all the fight. But what a fight. I knew it was a big one, and yeah, the result is that. I think it's the one. I think that is number 18. Right, I'm gonna have to call the guys round. Oh yes, that is a beast. That is a beast. It's beautiful. I mean, yeah, you couldn't script it. You really couldn't. I had 2 little commons and a barbel during the night on one rod, left that one in, and we were just packing up. I'd literally switched the sounder box off and everything inside, and I just looked out, just having a last cup of tea, and I saw the little red light flashing. I said to Joan, I've got to run, you know, thinking it's going to be, you know, whatever it be, not thinking it's going to be this, but this is number 18, country 18. Portuguese 50 pounder. Oh, thank you so much, Yao and Filippo, because that is amazing. It really is. Right, 54 pound? Yeah, 54 pound. Okay, let's see if we can lift her up. Mwah. What an absolutely gorgeous carp. I mean, you really couldn't script it, you couldn't. I mean, what are the chances? I mean, it's a dream, it really is. But to get it with minutes to go, unbelievable. Really is. Absolutely over the moon with that, really am. Brilliant. Okay, no point in keeping her out any longer. Fantastic, what a lovely way to end. Yes. And so that was it. It was all over, but what an amazing way to finish. After putting the fish back, time to pack up, go round, have a shower and a cup of coffee. Would you believe the sun actually came out for a little while at least? But it was time to say goodbye to our new friends and head off to the ferry again. And yeah, would you believe that weather followed us? The time we got on the boat, there was all sorts of warnings coming through about Storm Kieran that was heading up through the channel and was going to cause havoc. Luckily, we just managed to beat the worst of it and head on our way home. What a lovely trip it had been. I think it exceeded all of our expectations. We had a great time, caught some fantastic fish, topped by that fantastic monster right at the end. What a trip.